May I display?
I welcome to this coaching call number 41. In this we will be doing some questions from different mocks, and that will be discussing what is the correct answer and why we have to think over those questions. So our student Mr. Mudassar has shortlisted some important questions. So we will solve it together. And just to give you the overview of the program management, just keep in mind the most important things of the life cycle. We know about the program definition phase, program delivery phase, and program closure phase. Then we made 37 activities magic grid, in which we saw we have 10 activities in the program formulation phase, which were about assessments and estimates. Then in the program planning subphase, we were doing management planning, in which we were making all the management plans. In the program delivery phase, we were doing monitoring and controlling and management of the things. And in the program closure phase, we were doing 5 activities, which were closure and transition. That is the main overview and the complete story of the PgMP. Now I would like to, now I request Mr. Mudassar to share the screen so that we can solve some and we can have actually discuss the questions and concepts how we have to do in the exam. Yes, Mr. Saab, please.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've gathered some questions. The first question is, Simon is working in the program delivery phase in the financial management activities. Which of the following may appear in the output of the program financial management activities? So I wanted to ask you, so I have this table in the delivery phase. This should be the output, right? Financial management, contract payment, closed component budgets, revise, estimated completion, approved, change requests.
Okay. So okay, in this thing, there is no output that you want to ask is given what is in the table, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the output is program financial management plan. This cannot be the answer because this financial management plan is made in the planning surface, right?
Yes.
Program operational costs, we are not talking about this topic anywhere. Program funding schedules, which is made in the program planning surface.
Planning surface.
Okay.
Okay.
And program budget baseline updates. So as we said that every document is a dynamic document. So whenever you face such type of questions in which you are sure that others thing are not there, then the correct answer will be the updates, because every document will be updated can be updated in any of the next phase. Budget baseline, the budget we made in the program planning surface, right? When we made the initial cost estimate, financial framework, and this thing. So in the delivery phase, we are updating the budget. So anything which is output from the previous phase can be updated in that phase.
Okay.
But if we click A, it will be surely wrong because plan is only prepared in the planning phase. If it was program financial management plan updates, then we could think of that. In this type of questions, like in the benefits chapter, you can get that in the delivery phase benefit register updates, for example.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I would like to welcome Mr. Amaya. And let's wait for him. Maya, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I'll be on mute. I was having my dinner.
Okay, no problem. So you can just hear to us. So it will be very beneficial how we are solving the questions. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we just discussed one question that this is the which of the following may be appear in the output of the program financial management activities. So the key point is we are in the program delivery phase, and we already know that in the delivery phase we are doing monitoring and controlling and the management activities. But also I said that whatever we are doing in this subphase, anything which is made in the previous phase can be updated here. The budget we made in the planning subphase, and here we can update it. Here, Mr. Saab, continue.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next one is, which of the following tools can help the program manager to remind his team of which stakeholders need to be engaged at various times in the program lifecycle? The power interest grid, stakeholder register, stakeholder map, salience model. Power interest grid is used to prioritize the stakeholders.
Yes.
Stakeholders we need to engage at various times. Stakeholder register is just identifies
It's,
Yes,
it's
not
a
a tool.
document.
Yes, it's a document. Stakeholder map is an output.
No,
Again,
no. Stakeholder map and power interest grid were the tools that we use to analyze the stakeholders.
yes.
I told you that stakeholder map is used when we have to analyze different more than two characteristics of the stakeholders. If it is only power and interest influence, we are using power interest grid, which was two-dimensional grid. If we are analyzing any other need of the stakeholder, any other characteristics of the stakeholder, we are using the stakeholder map, which is a tool. So here the question says, which of the following tools can help the program manager to remind his team of which stakeholders need to be engaged at various time in the program lifecycle. So actually he's asking you how you will analyze the stakeholders. We are working in the power stakeholder analysis. So stakeholder
Okay.
analysis, I have only two tools, power interest and stakeholder map. He's not talking about power or interest, so I will use stakeholder map.
Okay, understood. Actually, I did not understand the question correctly. You're right.
Yes. So the main point is that yes, we have to understand the theme of the question.
Right. Understood. Okay, the next one is Chun is working in the program schedule management planning activities, She created the program high-level structure, schedule, and is requesting the component managers to create their schedules as well. During these activities, she got a comment from the PMO asking her to create the program schedule first and then component detail schedule. What is their advice to Chun? The initial program master schedule and the detailed schedules of the individual components are created in parallel. So I will advise her to reject the PMO request. The initial program master schedule is an often created before the detailed schedules of program components, so it is better to keep this order. The initial program master schedule is often created after the detailed schedule of components, so it is better to keep this order. Ask the PMO not to be involved. So I again ask the PMO not to be involved, and rejecting the PMO, I would like to disconnect yeah, options. I would like to disregard.
A and D are eliminated.
And I would like to go for option number B, because first you create the program schedule and components can be added at any point. This is what I think.
So the correct answer will be B. The initial program master schedule is often created before the detailed schedule of the components, because we are creating in the program planning surface. I will make the master schedule, right? When I will doing the schedule management planning. And then in the delivery phase, I am working on all the components. So whenever I will talk about the component schedules, anything about the component, I am in the program delivery phase. So option B is the correct answer. Okay. What he's saying?
Yeah, he's saying the same thing.
The initial program master schedule is often created before the detailed schedule of the components. It's very clear. Whenever you talk about the components, it is in the program delivery phase. And a lot of activities I will be doing in the program definition phase.
Yes.
Okay. So I will have the first, like in our application also, first we write the program structure and then I go inside into my different domains about the components. So option B is the correct answer in this case.
Okay. Kim has finished his financial estimation of Absolute program and he's waiting for the sponsoring organization to approve the program financial. Which of the following will drive the funding decision? Program benefits to be realized, program budget versus the benefit to be realized, total cost of ownership relative to expected benefits of the program, the total of used resources relative to the expected program benefits. So I was not clear on the cost of ownership, but as I did more questions and I read more explanation, I understood. The cost of ownership is actually the cost of running the program and cost of sustenance of the program.
Means the total cost of ownership means the complete package of the program, because as I told you, benefit sustainment activity is done after the program has been closed, but the program manager is responsible to make the benefit sustainment plan and benefit and make the sustainment budget. Remember? So it means in the my program life cycle, I have to define the complete cost of ownership, means including transition cost, sustainable cost, and then this cost ultimately will give me the benefits. So in this case, the correct answer will be C, because here the program budget is only for the activity which are done within the program life cycle. But total cost of ownership covers the program cost plus the benefit sustainable cost also.
Okay.
So what he is giving the explanation, calculate
Please,
full life
yeah.
cycle costs and including transition and sustainment costs result in a total cost of ownership. The total cost of ownership is considered to be relative to the expected benefit of one program against other to drive a decision function, funding decision. Okay. So whenever it talks you about certain things, you have to talk about the complete package.
Okay, sir. Noted, sir. Which of the following can be used as a quality control measurement? Quality control completed checklist, customer satisfaction surveys, quality control inspection reports, quality audits. So I selected actually quality control inspection reports, but the right answer is customer satisfaction surveys.
This is ambiguous question. It's ambiguous question.
Okay.
Whenever we talk about quality assurance, it will have quality audit and checklists. Okay. And normally for the quality assurance, we are using audits, inspections, and checklists. Maybe this is the reason he has not selected A, C, or D. You go to the answer.
Okay.
Checklists and audits are recorded to quality assurance when you have to assure something. But when you have to control, when you are going to control quality, it has only the surveys and discussions with the things. A quality management plan. Quality management plan will actually tell you how do you control the quality.
Okay. QC is equal to.
As a general principle also, whenever we make a third-party audit, actually audit is not continuously. If you look for the perception point of view, quality assurance, we have to make sure whatever is delivered is as per the quality. That we will do by making a spot checks, by making the audits, checklists, and inspection reports. This is quality assurity. Quality control is a continuous process. I cannot hire a third-party person or the auditor to control my quality. Quality control has to be throughout the program lifecycle, or at the end of the program when I have delivered something, then I can decide, okay, the quality of this thing is good or not good. Like we say that we can have a pen which is 10 rupees and also which is $100, Mont Blanc. So what is the difference? The quality is different in that. So that is actually customer satisfaction surveys, how the customer feels, what is the quality of that product. That is, for example, whenever I compare a simple piano ballpoint with a Mont Blanc pen, so that is the customer is checking it, and the surveys he will give you, this is the best thing. So actually he is not making quality assurance, because the company that produced this pen has ensured the quality was okay as per his specification. Okay. And what is there is also a, so quality control is based on the customer survey.
Okay, noted. Actually, I did not copy the explanation, but I understand. Okay. Which of the following may be considered part of stakeholder engagement matrix? Stakeholder level of power, positive contribution to the realization of programs, objective and benefits, stakeholder level of interest, stakeholder level of influence. This also I could not understand.
This is also the ambiguous question. If you're talking about the engagement metrics, it can be a lot of things. Options A, C, and D are considered as attributes of the stakeholder based on his role and responsibility, and not to be used as part of the stakeholder engagement metrics. Option B is considered as part of stakeholder engagement metrics. Thus, the right option is B. Positive, which is part of. Okay. The point here is that we are not doing stakeholder analysis. Which of the following may be considered part of stakeholder engagement metrics? Metrics means how much your stakeholder is involved in your program. So that will not tell you about the level of power. This is clear, because if he is a strong or more influential, it will not affect his engagement. Okay. Only those stakeholders will have more attendance who have positive contribution to the realization of program objectives and benefits. Even my stakeholder sponsor is very strong, but maybe his attendance, for example, we have a national assembly. How much time the prime minister goes in the assembly? Maybe 2 days out of 365, right?
Yes.
So he has high power, he has high interest, he has highest influence in the national assembly. But engagement matrix is very low. Why? Because his positive contribution to the realization of benefits is very less. He's not engaged in that assembly. Understand?
Okay.
So the
Yes.
persons who are coming in daily will tell me what are the engagement criteria, engagement metrics, and that will come from the positive contributions to the realization of the benefits. So he is correct here. These are the
Okay.
attributes. If here you are going to analyze the stakeholders, keep in mind, if you are going to analyze the stakeholders, we will use power interest grid or the stakeholder map. If we are doing the engagement metrics, how many times he was involved with us, how many times he was engaging with us, depends on his contributions.
Okay. Noted.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is. Okay. The next question is, as part of program change assessment activity, you started to identify the sources of change in your environment to help develop the program's business case and program charter. What do you do with the identified source of change? So it means we are in the initiation phase,
Mhm.
and he's saying when you're making business case or charter, you have to look at the environmental factors. So
Yes.
the options are: estimate the likelihood of the changes that could arise from these sources, estimate the possible impacts of the change that could arise from these sources, and
Propose.
propose measures that could be taken to enable the program to respond to such changes in a positive way. All of the
Okay.
above.
Okay. You see here, the understanding here is that we are doing change assessment. Change assessment is
Yes.
in the program formulation surface,
Formulation phase.
right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You started to identify the sources of change in your environment. In other words, I can say that this is a risk, right?
Yes.
This is a risk. So whenever I identify any risk, what I will do? I will document the risk in the risk register. Then I will
Yes.
analyze the risk. Then I will make the risk response strategy.
Mitigate.
What is the meaning of analyzing the risk? Is probability into impact.
Okay.
Risk is equal to probability into impact. What is the
Probability impact.
probability? What is the impact of that thing? And then
Yes.
accordingly, I will make the risk management plan. Okay. So here what he is saying, what should you do with the identified sources of change? Sources of change, just consider them as a risk. Okay.
Okay.
Sources of change is a risk now, because if it occurs, it will damage me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
estimate the likelihood of the changes that could arise, means you are doing qualitative risk analysis. Estimate the possible impact, risk probability into impact that could arise from the sources, and then propose measures that could be taken to enable the program, means make a risk response strategy. If the question was what would be the first step that you will do to identify the source of change, then the answer would be
Uh,
document the risk, document the sources of
document.
change.
Yes.
First, you have to identify the risk, means put in the risk register. So as he has
Yes.
not
So
asked,
option A would be there then.
no, I estimate the likelihood is the second step. Say risk analysis is the second step. In that case, he must give you document the risk first.
Okay.
You understand? Whenever you find
Okay.
anything can change your thing, means consider this as a
Yes, sir.
risk or any way source of change. The first step is to document it. Then you analyze it, and then you make the responses. Then you make the strategy for that. So as here he has not asked us what is the first source for first step. It means he is asking the complete package
Yeah.
from you. So the complete package, I think, should be D, all the above. Regarding the
Yes, sir.
identified source of change, Sam should
Bilkul.
estimate
The
the
right answer is option B.
likelihood and possible impact of the change that could arise from these sources, and he should propose measures that could be taken. So he is asking a complete package: identify the risk, do the risk assessments, and propose a risk management strategy.
Yes, sir. Understood.
You can write the reason here. Please write the reason here. Number one step: document the risk. Sources of change is equal to risk. Document the risk, analyze the risk, make risk response strategy.
Okay. The next question is, Amy is working on the preparation of the program reporting to send to the stakeholders as per communication plan. Program reporting aggregates information from all program components. Amy needs to communicate this information to a group in order to provide them with general and background information about the program. Which group is this? The Program Management Office, PMO, the Program Steering Committee, the program team members and its constituent components, the program managers in the same organization. Uh, I selected the steering committee because they would be provided the information.
Okay. Okay. You see, Amy is working on the preparation of the program reporting to send to the stakeholders as per the communication plan. So in the communication plan, I will have all the stakeholders. Okay.
Yes.
Program reporting aggregates information from all the program components. You have to get the information from all the components. Okay. Amy needs to communicate this information, which will come from the components, to a group in order to provide them with general and background information about the program. Which group is this? So you have to talk to your components first.
Yes.
If I will tell, a stakeholder steering committee at the top, I need to, the more you go up, you have to give it then the summarized document. This is the final decision making authority. You give them the package. Okay, this is the correct, this is the document that we have to work on. Here he is talking to you about to a group in order to provide them with general and background information about the program, because your program is in the program definition phase. Now the new team members will come in the delivery phase. So you have to tell to this group, which is a component, I think it should be C, program team members and its constituent components, because they are the people who are coming late. Yes. Steering committee already knows about the thing.
Understood. Yet it sees the right answer and he's saying the same thing.
The program reporting is conveyed to the stakeholders by means of the information distribution activity to perform them with the needed status and deliverable information. Additionally, this information is communicated to program team members and its constituent components to provide them with general and background information about the program. Option A is partially right and is part of option C, which is the complete right answer. Option B is expected to be the key stakeholder to review the program reporting. And D is just to create confusion. You see, if he would say that you have to communicate to a group which will make the decision, or you have to communicate to the group to make them aware of the program progress, okay, then that is a program steering committee. And if you have to give some detailed information about your program, it means you have to communicate to your lower people, because steering committee, sponsor and program manager will make the business case, charter and the roadmap. They already know what is up. So when you have to give a detailed and general background information, it means you have to communicate to the team members and the components which are coming inside, so that they know why the program is initiated. Then they can contribute to your program.
Noted, sir.
But please also write for the steering committee, if there is something, information provided to make a decision or a key information, that will be the steering committee. No question on that. But steering committee don't need the detail and general background.
Okay, noted. See. So Michelle is a program manager in your organization. She controls all the component procurements at the program level. She came asking you for advice regarding the role of component managers in contract administration in case the contract is controlled at the program level. What is your right advice? Component manager coordinates reports to contract issues. Component manager reports contract change. Component manager reports deliverable acceptance. So the contracts are usually done at the component level, right?
Yes.
Right. So coordinates reports coordinate. So why I couldn't understand, why are the component manager reporting all of these? I mean, they should be controlling the contracts themselves, right? But
ultimately that component is under the program. So if there is any change
Yes.
going on in the program, he has to communicate to the program level manager that this I have a problem with this component.
Okay. Yes, you're right. You're right. I was thinking about procurement. You're right.
Michelle is a program manager in your organization. She controls all the component procurements at the program level. So Michelle is at the top and she is looking for all the procurement of the components. Okay.
Yes.
She came asking you, means program manager, for advice regarding the role of component managers in contract administration in case the contract is controlled at the program level. So she's saying that component managers means project managers are there for every project, and the contract is also for the project manager at the component level. So what is your rights advice? Component managers coordinates or reports contract issues. Yes, if something will happen at the project level or the component level, the component manager will coordinate and report to her. Component manager reports contract changes. If there will be any change request at the project level, component level, he will report to the program manager. Component managers reports deliverable acceptance. Whenever he will say that my project has delivered the required benefits, the criteria has been finished, he will report that something is accepted. So he will report everything to the program manager. So this is very important question. Every component manager will report to the program manager. He cannot do anything standalone. So whatever changes, problems he will have, he will solve at his level first. If he cannot solve, he will escalate to the program manager. This is how you will solve the problem. You know, in the one eco we have making escalation policies and procedures to solve at the right level. That is how you will solve it. But here he's talking about what he is reporting. So reporting, every report should come from the project manager to the program manager. Remember the governance life cycle that we studied in chapter number 1.
Yes.
From top to bottom was governance coming. From project to program to portfolio was the progress reports, the performance reports were coming up. Yes. You understand that concept? So this is coming from that thing. Everything reports will go from top to from bottom to top.
Okay. Noted.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is clear. So next question is, which of the following statements can be used to describe program outcomes? Okay. The outcomes are final results, outputs, or deliverables realized through individual projects. The option number 2 is the outcomes are tangible gains and valuable assets to the organization from an economic perspective. Program outcome refers to measurable improvement resulted from program deliverable. Option number D is all of the above. I selected option number C, but the right answer is option number A. And I understand now also because when I was solving the question and reading more explanations, I understood that this should be the right answer.
Explain why.
I will explain. Because the outcomes can be positive or negative. They're not necessarily always positive. And they are always completed through individual components that are completed in a project. And they and this is a complete answer because it says the final results, outputs, or deliverables realized through individual projects. So this should be the right answer.
Yes, you know, the point is that any project which is under the program will give the output deliverables to contribute to the program. That is the first thing.
Yes.
So the program outcome can only be achieved once individual projects have delivered their final results, outputs, or deliverables, then they will be integrated to give me the program outcomes.
Yes.
And what is here? Outcomes are the tangible gains, and these are the definition of the business value. Business value are the tangible gains. Program outcomes refer to the measurable improvement resulted from the program. It's not improvement. Whatever is delivered is a program outcome. So you are right. A is the correct answer here.
Right. Next question is, the program management team assess risk analysis by providing an environment conducive to effective risk management of its components. Following factors are crucial in this activity except quality of information, availability of resources, sensitivity of the impact, time, and cost. Crucial, quality of information is crucial, availability of resources, time, and cost. So in my opinion, sensitivity of the impact is also important because how impactful this risk can be, what can be the probability into impact. So
yeah, we're not talking about sensitivity of the impact, it's measurable of the impact. Go up. We have one question of probability and impact. So the impact,
yes,
we are not measuring the sensitivity of impact. We are finding some other thing. Go up. In the beginning there was one question. Impact is some other word for the impact. When we're talking about the change, there was one question about the risk. Up.
yeah,
Possible impact, but it's not sensitivity of the impact. That word is wrong. Sensitivity means how sensitive it is. So it is actually probability
okay,
and impact of that change. Impact, probability, risk will probability into impact. So we have nothing to do with the sensitivity of the impact. So this is an ambiguous question, but the sensitivity is the wrong word here. Sensitivity
sir,
of the impact.
in the exam also we will have these kind of questions.
No, maybe one or two. These are the testing questions, because this is not covered in the book. But when we made the mocks, we put some test questions also in this.
Okay.
In the question, out of 170, 10 questions will come, but this will be not marked, but you never know it. But I will explain you in the last how you have to handle the exam question.
Okay. So the next question is, Johan is managing a program in a highly complex and uncertain environment. He's looking for the most important item that will help him respond adaptively to outcomes and information that becomes available during the course of the program. Which of the following will be most suitable for Johan's case? Develop strict and clear rules for communication management, establishing of effective program governance, develop clear roles and responsibilities, create a strong program organization structure. All of them are very good. I chose option number A because this is a highly complex and uncertain environment, and more communication and clear communication that you do. I mean, I thought you can perform better, but
okay.
he's saying option B.
Wait. Have we discussed anything about communication in PgMP? In project management, we studied communication is a key. Here we just studied throughout my program lifecycle, I need to have stakeholder engagement and stakeholder communication. Okay.
Yes.
So what are my domains in PgMP? Strategic alignment, I have to make sure everything is strategy aligned. It is getting the stakeholder buy-in. I am getting benefits, and everything I will control based on the governance.
Yes.
So whenever there is something complexity, you have to make a governance plan.
Understood.
Right? Establishment of effective program governance. Even you develop clear roles and responsibilities. Yes, it's a good option, but we are not even in the stakeholder domain. I didn't make the stakeholder metrics in PgMP. I just identify the stakeholders, address stakeholder analysis. I made stakeholder engagement plan. Right?
Yeah.
Create a strong program organization. We are not talking about any agile or hybrid model in PgMP. We are only talking about program, and program has no differentiation whether it's a projectized program or agile program or hybrid program. So that these are also not applicable. One A is okay if it was a project only communication. But in PgMP, you have to give the answer what we have studied. So here the correct answer would be to make a benefits management plan. We can think, or whenever in general, whenever he confuse you about something complex, something which is difficult to, which is not sure what output you will get, just put governance there. Good governance in PgMP is for monitoring and controlling. The tone of the question is telling you that it's a very complex program and he is not certain what will happen, right? So you have to respond to the things that will come up with it. So in that way, you have to make establishment of the governance practices.
This is a very good tip. Okay. The next question is, which of the following items are covered by the program financial management plan, but not covered in the financial framework?
Okay.
Risk reserves, contract incentive and penalty clauses, potential cash flow problems, all of them. This I could not find where to, what is the difference between?
No, you don't go into the detail of this thing. This is the detailed output of financial management plan and financial framework, which is in chapter number 8. I will send you this relevant slides. Okay, you don't need to
Okay.
waste your time to find it. I will find this for you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Should I move on?
Yes.
Okay. Which of the following program risk register items may be updated as part of program risk response planning activity? Risk probability, risk impact, budget and schedule activities required to implement the chosen response, all of the above. He's saying following may be updated part of response planning, risk response planning activities.
Which of the following program risk register items may be updated as part of the program risk response planning activity? Risk probability you will not update when you will update the risk register, because probability
Yes.
and impact is coming when you are analyzing the risk, right?
Okay. Yes.
So I am looking for some activity which will be in the risk register. So budget and schedule activities required to implement the chosen responses can be in the risk register.
Sir, but I have a question.
Yes.
Whenever we are handling the risk, we always say we make the probability 0 or close to 0. So
No,
why not probability?
no. The question is here, which of the following program risk register items may be updated as part of the program risk response planning activity? So actually he is asking you program risk register items. What is in the risk register? In the risk register, you can only have the risks.
Risk, yes.
In the
Risk
risk
owner,
register, in
yeah.
the risk register, I don't have risk probability. This risk probability will come once I am analyzing the risk. So in the risk register, the items can only be the activities, budget and schedule activities required to implement the chosen response.
Okay.
Risk probability, the risk probability is not a risk. Any item we will have a risk probability greater than 0 will be in the risk register. No?
Yes, yes, yes.
You got what I want to, maybe I'm not able to explain.
Yes.
Risk
No, I
probability,
understand.
risk, if something has an impact, that activity will go in the risk register. If some activity has a probability greater than 0, means it may, a risk is something which may or may not occur, but at the moment we have to see that it may occur. So risk probability impact are not possible, because that is how we analyze and categorize the risk. So in the risk register there will be actual activities there.
I understand. Yep. This is the planning phase. And if we want to have to change the probability of play, it will already come in. It will come in the analysis phase.
Yes. So here he is
yes,
talking
so I
about
understand
which
the
of the following program risk register items. So in the risk register items can only be some activity there.
Understood. Understood. So concept समझ आ गया.
Amaya, if you have any question, just raise your hand. Okay. We will covering in detail when you go to the next chapter, but this is very helpful how you read the question. That is the main topic. Why I introduce you.
Yes.
Good.
Next question is Omar is a program manager who's starting his program. The area to be addressed by Excel program is understood, and the stakeholders with whom communication should be established are identified. What is the next step to be taken by Omar? Develop a roadmap, authorize the program components, develop a communication plan, none of the above. I choose the communication plan because after stakeholder identification, you do communicate and once you've stakeholder engagement plan matrix banane ke baad, then you go for communication plan. But I was thinking from PMP perspective.
Okay. Once the area to be addressed by the program is understood and the stakeholders with whom communication should be established identified, program manager should start to develop a high-level approach or plan, which is called program roadmap. After the roadmap, authorize the program components. Okay, we use the elimination technique. B is not possible.
Yes.
Why? Because it is in the program delivery phase, right?
Yeah.
Develop a communication plan is possible because in the planning surface I'm doing communication management planning.
Yes.
None of the above is mostly, this will never cover in the exam. All of the above, none of the above. Develop a roadmap. Why he's saying that develop the roadmap? Because we make the business case and charter. In the parallel, I am making the stakeholder register. I'm making the, we go down for the formulation phase. Business case charter, identify, I make the stakeholder identification, benefit register, stakeholder register. Then I make the roadmap. Okay, this is a ambiguous question. Okay, but the point here is that B is not possible because it's directly in the program delivery phase. Develop a roadmap that he is limiting himself in the program definition phase. From this we have to see he is restricting himself in the program definition phase. So communication players is very specific, and stakeholder with whom communication should be established, identified. And so it means that he has made the stakeholder register. The area to be addressed best is understood, and the stakeholders with whom communication should be addressed are established. It means stakeholder register is there.
Stakeholder register is there. Stakeholder engagement plan is also there.
Yes.
Because he's saying stakeholder with whom communication should be established.
So it's a very difficult question, but roadmap is the correct answer. Why? Because if I go to the program formulation surface, go down in the program formulation phase, I make a business case, then charter, then roadmap. But stakeholder register comes below the business case. It is in the beginning, Then normally below the charter is coming the stakeholder analysis, and stakeholder engagement plan is coming in the program management plan. Okay. So from that perspective, he has given the roadmap as answer.
Okay.
We have to look. We have to look into this again. But this is a good question.
Okay. The next question is, which of the following items are covered by the program financial management plan, but not covered by the program?
It's the same question.
Yes, I think you will.
I will send you the slide for this.
Okay. Okay. The next one is, Anil is project manager executing a project which is component of Excel program. Anil needs to initiate his project and is looking for the best organization role to approve the project authorization. How can you advise Anil? I will advise him to go to corporate PMO. So no, PMO doesn't do that. I will advise him to contact the program sponsor as he's the one who's responsible to authorize the program components. Yes. I will advise him to go to the steering committee. Yes, this is the best option because steering committee is the one who finally approves. They're better than sponsor. I will advise him to contact the program manager as he's the one who's responsible to authorize this program. Anil is a project manager. Oh, he's a project manager.
This was the key.
Yes, this was the key. So I think he will go to his program manager.
Yes. We have to follow the hierarchy. Whenever we are talking about the project, he is under the program. So project manager cannot go to the program steering committee. He is responsible for this project. Whatever he cannot do, he will escalate to the program manager. Program manager will see at the program level. If he cannot do anything, he will go to the steering committee. Project manager cannot go to the steering committee.
Understood.
This is a trick.
Understood.
Okay. If it was by default, 99% people will give C option.
Yes, including me. You're right. So can project manager go to sponsor? Because in PMP we had sponsor also.
No, but that sponsor was for the project. Now you are under the umbrella. Okay, listen. You are under the umbrella of a program. The program, the project manager life cycle is only in the program delivery phase, right?
Yes.
So he is coming in the delivery phase. He is finishing in the delivery phase. So, but the program sponsor and the steering committee is throughout the program in the definition phase, closure phase. Whenever you are making any phase gate review, there's the steering committee is coming involved. It's not that in the program delivery phase, program manager will call the steering committee, I have this problem. For what the program manager is sitting there. So the point, the point of comment is that the point of contact for the component manager is the program manager. End of story. Maybe you don't know who is the CEO of your company, or at least you know, but you never call him. You called your program manager, he called to your portfolio manager, he goes to the board of directors, then we come to the CEO.
Yes, you're right. I see. Okay. For which of the following internal funding methods should the program manager consider scheduled contract payments and inflation? Bank loans, retained earnings, sale of bonds, all of the above.
And this is the
Uh,
general, all above. You don't need to discuss. This is not from our
Okay.
thing, but whenever the point is that whatever are the contextual matters, we have to discuss it. That's all.
Okay. Okay. The next question is, which of the following may be part of a program breakdown structure? Program management deliverables, program management artifacts such as plans, procedures, standards, and processes, major program milestones, all of the above. So I know work breakdown structure, but program breakdown structure I was not clear.
Same. It's a misprinting. Program work breakdown structure is a WBS.
Oh, okay. Pretty.
In the program WBS, we are defining the scope. In the scope, we have deliverables, we have artifacts, activities, we have the milestones. And the difference between the roadmap and the schedule was the program roadmap will have only the milestones, right? But here the schedule can have detailed activities under that. So the schedule is coming from the WBS, same like scope what we have in the PMP.
Okay, understood. So you were pleased to be promoted to program manager and began to manage your first program in the organization. You started to execute the environmental assessment, and you need to inform your team why the environmental assessments are conducted. Which of the following option will help you? The environmental assessments are conducted to provide inputs that ensure the business case provides the right value based on the environment in which the program will be operating to deliver the expected benefits. Yes, they're a good option. The environmental assessments are conducted to provide inputs that ensure the program plan provides the right value based on environment in which the program will be operating, deliver the expected benefits. Okay. Environmental assessment are conducted to provide inputs that ensure the business case, program plan, and program roadmap provide the right value based on the environment in which the program will be. This is a better option. The environmental assessment are conducted to provide inputs that ensure the business case, program plan, and program are aligned with the organizational strategy.
What you selected?
I couldn't select anything, but I think option number B, option number C is good.
The answer is D. No.
Yes.
No, C. They are connected to ensure the business case, program plan, and roadmap provide the right value based on the environmental in which the program will be operating to deliver the expected benefits. Why? Because in the strategic alignment domain, we have the three components. We make business case, charter, and roadmap, keeping in view the environmental assessments.
Yes.
And benefits are the output of the, if it is not D, then this is C. And what will be, what is in the C? Ensure the program plan. No, B, program plan is not there. So business case has to be there because environmental assessment starts from the beginning. In the strategic alignment life cycle, environmental assessment is throughout the program life cycle.
Yeah.
And we have the business case, charter, roadmap, which is finishing in the program definition phase. But EEF is throughout the program.
Yes.
So C is the complete answer. A is only telling you business case, B is only telling you the program plan, but C is telling you all these three documents which are operating to deliver the expected benefits, and why we initiate any program to deliver the benefits. So EF will be covering throughout the strategic alignment domain.
Noted.
Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear. Sir, what is a program mandate?
Program mandate is actually same like the business case, but in this tone, program mandate here use something before the business case, means linking between the organizational strategy and starting with your program. Okay. This is the tone what he has used.
Okay, because in some questions they had mandate. So what I understand is before a program is started, a program manager is given a mandate so that he can do some research and then prepare a business case and get it approved.
That's what I said. In PMI, the mandate is actually meaning what you are doing before your program is started. Means before you make the business case, charter, the roadmap, you need to have a mandate. Just like we do the feasibility studies. The PM, the steering committee or the board of directors will give the program manager the mandate to find something new in your market based on what you can initiate a program. That is a mandate power you have to do something, and in there you will do feasibility analysis, economic feasibility, political stability, whatever is the thing that is actually doing the program mandate. Based on that, you can initiate the business case.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you. So next is, you're managing an important program in your organization that is initiated when the complements of the organization. Do you have a question? No. Okay. When the complements of organization strategy, business plan, and that is going to be accompanied by formal authorization, what is the type of program that you are managing? I selected internal.
Customer for you are managing an important program in your organization that is initiated when it complements the organization's strategic business plan, and that is going to be accompanied by formal authorization. So formal authorization means formal authorization means somebody is required to initiate it. So it's a confusing program. C will not be there. D is made up terms. Okay. So it can only be A or B, but internal program I will not select because of formal authorization. Formal authorization will be used when you have the outsider program. Means when you need something from the customer, then you will formally authorize the program. Internally within your program, if it is on the other side, if he wanted the answer to be internal program, he will say that no strict guidelines or compliance is required. You can just authorize the program and do within your organization. That is your internal program. But if it is a formal something, formal means customer focused or third parties are involved in that.
Noted, sir.
Only this is the meaning.
Okay. In which context are the program benefits usually defined? Program benefits are usually defined in the context of a process generating it. Program benefits are usually defined in the context of intended beneficiary. Program benefits are usually defined in the context of the organization and of the above. I selected option number C because I thought because programs are done for the organization, so benefits also should be defined in context of organization. But the right answer is option number B.
Okay. Program benefits are usually defined in the context of intended beneficiary. Okay. Program benefits are usually defined in the context of the organization. C is partially correct because every benefit has to be strategically aligned with the organization, and they should given the, and we said that value delivery and strategic alignment. That is correct. But he's saying how it is defined, but definition is not in the context of the organization. You are defining what are in the business case. I make a list of benefits. I do benefits identification. Okay, the question is coming from that. I have a benefit register. So if every program will have a unique benefit register, yes or no?
Yes, every program will have.
So if I am defining the benefits in the context of the organization, it means the benefit register will always be the same.
You're right.
If it has to be intended for the organization, I will never start a program because here is organization, here is my programs. All the benefits cannot be defined for the organization. Organization always want 100% profit. So why every program will be different? Because it will be defined in the context of the intended beneficiary. First, I am starting this program because I want to market these people. These are my beneficiary for whom I am making this product. So this is a very tricky English question, but he will give you very clear thing. Every benefit should be aligned. Every benefit should be strategically aligned and has benefits and give me a value. Every benefit must be strategically aligned with the organization and should give me a delivery, should give me a benefit value, should give me a value. But I will define the benefits in terms of the intended beneficiary, not in terms of the organization. Otherwise, every program will be the same. So every program is customized for whom I am making it. So that is your intended beneficiaries in this case.
Okay. And sir, if benefits are to be, whenever they're prioritized in terms of value, right?
Yes.
Benefits are always prioritized.
Yes.
Okay.
Always remember the Pareto rule, 80-20. Whenever you will prioritize the things, you have to see what are the most important benefits that I can get now and what are the remaining things.
Okay.
Same like in the cricket, when you have a power play, everybody comes and hit the fours and sixes. Why? They want to get benefits, maximum benefits in the early overs. And then later on they play slow. So same thing, whatever you have to prioritize, you start in the beginning, try to get with minimum resources, try to get the maximum benefits for your thing, and then you proceed slowly. That's why we had Moscow. Remember, must have, should have, could have, won't have.
Could have.
The must
Yes,
is that in 10 over, I need to get 100 score if I have to win the match. Should, okay, total can be 350, but in order to get 350, I must have 100 score in the first over without losing a wicket. This every time you have to prioritize your thing.
Noted, sir. Which of the following activities are not considered part of program charter? The most important stakeholders, their attitude toward the program and the initial strategy to engage them. This is included in the charter.
Important stakeholders, the key stakeholders are there. This is a
key
keyword.
stakeholders are there. Program components configured to deliver the program. This I thought should not be in the charter again, because components are identified later. Key benefits, key program benefits required to achieve the vision. This should be in the charter.
This should be in the charter, right?
Yeah, but the option is none of the above, because they say that as per the answer, all of those should be in the charter.
You remember when you wrote your application in your first
Yes,
part,
sir.
we said that in the business, my key components were this, and this. Remember?
Yes.
So it means
You're right.
in the definition phase, whenever making the justification, although it can be either be a business case or a charter. Okay, I'm not sure about this document, but in the beginning, I have the idea for achieving this program, how many programs or how many components I would need. This picture already I have in my mind in the program definition phase. But when the program or component is actually initiated, it is in the program delivery phase.
Noted.
Understand? Here is the program configured to deliver the program. I always have in mind, okay, for this big program, I have a structure in my mind. Configuration means structure. Okay, I need to have 3 budgets, 3 projects, then I will manage a metro station like this, and this. It cannot be that I make a program, charter everything, I don't know how many components I go. Then I go in the program delivery phase, then I start to plan what I need. No. The main configuration structure I already have in my mind in the program definition phase in terms of business case, charter, and the roadmap. And another hint here is that in the roadmap, I have the milestones. What are the milestones? That is telling me when I will get this benefit, and this benefit. So that benefits delivery is for every component. Remember when we cover the benefits, every component has to deliver its own benefits that will be integrated to give me the program benefit. So it means in the program roadmap, I already know at which moment I will get what benefits. So it means the overall concept, structure, and the picture of components are already there in the program definition phase, which means business case, charter, or roadmap. Okay, but the components will be initiated and closed within the program delivery phase.
Noted. Which of the following is part of program risk response planning activity outputs? Contingency budgets, risk register updates, definitive response plans.
All of the above.
All of the above. I think I did not copy the question fully. All of the above. Yes, it should be all of them.
Contingency budget is there, definitive response plans, strategic management plan is there, risk register update, whatever is before will be updated in the next topic.
Yes. The next one is Adrian was assigned as a program. Adrian was assigned to a program in his organization. He created his program communication plan and started to execute it. After he distributed his program weekly report, he received communication from one of the program stakeholders asking for more details about one specific deliverable. In general, what should be the response of Adrian when he receives communication from one or more stakeholders? Communication should be a one-way information flow. This is rejected. Adrian should review his program communication plan and respond accordingly. Yes, this is good. Adrian should gather, analyze, and distribute the stakeholder received communication whether the program is required. Stakeholder received communication. Adrian should consult his program key influencer to reach an agreement on his probable feedback. I selected option number B. I'm sorry, I did not copy the answer also.
This is wrong.
Correct. I think my answer was wrong. The right answer was Adrian should see.
Yes. You see, one is wrong. Communication is not a one-way. This is the two-way communication. A is eliminated. D is
also
eliminated because should consult his program key influence to reach, and because he cannot escalate anything to the top side. He has to do everything by himself.
Yes.
Now the problem is that Adrian was assigned to a program in his organization. He created his program communication plan and started to execute it. After he distributed his program weekly report, he received communication from one of the program stakeholders asking for more details about one specific deliverable. In general, what should be the response of Adrian when he receives communication from one or more of the stakeholders? Adrian should review his program communication plan and respond accordingly. Okay. Adrian should gather, analyze, and distribute the stakeholder received communications within the program as required. Okay. If the question was that one of the stakeholders did not receive the information, one of the key stakeholders did not get any report from the program manager, it means he was not in the communication plan.
Yes.
In that case, I will select B. But what he is saying here is that he received the communication, but he felt this is not enough. So in that case, he has to analyze what type of stakeholder was he and what type of information he needed and what he has sent him wrong. So I will not only go for B, I will go for C, and they should gather, analyze, and distribute the stakeholder received communications within the program as required. He should see what is the information to be given to what stakeholder. It's a more complete answer. Remember, understand, if we say that, for example, if we say that you are working in a program and one person comes to you that he is one of your key stakeholders, but you have not analyzed him or you have not talked to him. In that case, you will review the stakeholder register and you will review the stakeholder engagement plan. Why you did not consider him as a stakeholder? Okay. In other one stance could be you already prepare a stakeholder register, you send your weekly report, but one of the key stakeholders from your stakeholder register complained he did not receive your report for the last 3 weeks. So in this case, what you should review that this program communication management plan, that why he is not communicated with this thing. Then that in this third scenario, he got the stakeholder is there. I don't need to check the stakeholder register. He's already identified. I don't need to check the stakeholder communication because he got the communication. He received the communication. But the problem is that it's not sufficient. So in that, I have to gather, analyze, and do something more. So that's why I would go for C. And always keep in mind in the options, whenever you get some, slow pace, gather, analyze, distribute, means it is trying to give you a complete answer. That's the only feeling. Like the risk, that the for the risk we consider. So whenever he will identify any risk, go slowly, document the risk, analyze the risk, then make a risk response management plan. Other option will be ignore the risk, implement the thing. You understand what I mean? So
yes,
keep key eye on
keywords.
This key and slow words and. So this is mostly the right answer.
Okay. Note.
Which of the following describes the importance of the program work breakdown structure? It defines the program WBS. It defines the program managers management control points. Okay, because these are giving me the milestones. So control points are the activities and milestones. It is a framework for developing the program schedule. Correct. This is from the PMP also. First, you need to have the scope WBS, then you can make the master schedule. It is essential tool for building realistic schedules, developing cost estimates and organizing. Yes, because more detailed WBS, more good I'm making the schedule and the budget. So D is the correct answer.
Technique. Yes, these. So okay, I was not sure about program breakdown structure. It is work breakdown structure.
So whenever these are WBS, it means we are talking about the scope. That is a starting point from doing anything in the schedule and the cost domain. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear. Yes, clear. So the last concept.
Yes.
Yeah. The last question was a concept that I wanted to clear was the relation. This was a description on one of the questions. The relationship between vision and mission is two-directional. So vision provides input to mission, and mission provides feedback to the vision until both of them are defined and aligned. I couldn't understand. The question was, what is the relationship between vision and mission? One direction or two directional?
No, okay. Just keep in mind, every communication is two-dimensional. Vision is at the top, then you have a mission, you have portfolio, you have organization, strategic alignment, portfolio, program, project. So in PMI, nothing is one-dimensional. This is the first thing.
Noted.
And other thing is that when we saw the governance structure going from portfolio to program to project, there was something going from top to bottom, in which we were giving the governance. But at the same time, something is going from bottom to top also, performance reports, change request. So every communication is two-dimensional. Whatever is coming from top to bottom will also go from bottom to up. And second concept is, and number one, second concept is that everything is collaborative. Whenever we talk about the relationship between program manager and operation manager, program manager and project manager, program manager and steering committee, whatever is the relationship, is always collaborative. Nothing is working in isolation in program management. Same is applies for PMP also. Everything is collaborative and every communication is two-dimensional. Nothing is one-dimensional in any PMI chapter, in any PMI certification. Nothing is one-dimensional. Everything is two-dimensional, two-way.
Noted, sir.
Any other question?
No, sir.
So now this covers your mock 2 or mock 3, 4 also?
Mock 2, 3, 4 all.
Good. So now your background is clear. Basics are clear. Now you continue with the green background questions. And then on Sunday, give me a call. What is the progress? And then we will see the question from the green background questions also.
Noted, sir.
Okay. Amir, any questions? Did you got the idea how we are discussing the questions?
Yes, I got the idea, and it was really a nice session. And so I got the more insights about the risk registers and like
and
the roadmap.
the most important thing is that how to attempt the question. That is the key point. And you will pass the exam, what you will do in the 4 hours in the exam center. Okay. So in this coaching course, we are trying to figure out how you read the question, how you find out the keyword, and how you go to the question, how you go to the correct answer. Okay. And the master sheet you are following, I hope this will be very good, beneficial in your green highlighted questions.
Yes. Initially, I was making a lot of mistakes, but then I started focusing on the key
words in the question.
Keywords, and then I started understanding. And then whenever I made a mistake, I make sure I go to the master sheet, find out what is written about it, and then read about it. So it has actually helped me. Initially, I was trying to ratify or memorize the master sheet. It does not work.
No.
Yes, but now it makes sense. Whatever the answers are coming, if you relate it to the master sheet, it is help.
It will be there. At least something you will there. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much. We have a great session. So and see you in the next classes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All.
Thank you all, and
Bye.
have a good night.
Have a good time. Bye.
Thank you.